All right. Thank y'all for coming today. I appreciate all of you coming. We have representatives here from different tractor companies, also tractors behind us. Give you a little history of Dothan and Houston County area and basically the state of Alabama. The state of Alabama, there's over 500,000 jobs in the state of Alabama are directly related to agricultural business. There's almost $70 billion that's generated every year through agricultural business in the state of Alabama. So it's obvious that agricultural business in our state is big. And right here in Houston County in the southeast corner, it's extremely big. Over the last several years, we've seen the state of Tennessee, Florida, and as of this past January 1st, Georgia removed their state sales tax on farm equipment. So what we're seeing is the potential of people leaving the state, 1, 2, and 3 counties deep all around those borders, leaving the state and going to those states to buy their farm equipment. Not only are we losing sales, that's the very opposite thing of what we've tried to do over the last 3 years, is to build an environment for businesses, for people to have their jobs. And what we're seeing the potential and opportunity for people to lose their jobs because those businesses are losing business, because they're leaving. The farmers are many times going across the state borders. And those 3 states include Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida. What this bill does, it actually does away with sales tax on farm equipment, and we're hoping that we can get this passed. This will be a very effective bill to help generate and keep those jobs here. It's extremely important to us, especially in this area, of course, in the state, that that happens, because you either know someone, live with someone, or are good neighbors with someone that basically is related to the agricultural business. That's what this bill will be. Hopefully we're going to see this thing pass this year. It can impact the state to a certain point, but in effect it will be a positive move, because we actually believe that we're going to lose quite a bit of money over the next years to come, especially with the state of Georgia being as long of a state line as it is. We haven't seen the effects of it, the negative effects that we believe we'll see. Do I have any questions?
Do you have any support from the other members of the delegation? I know a lot of times the companion bills put in the Senate. You think that any of our senators or any of the other representatives will be able to help you with this?
We have a carrier for the Senate. Senator Tom Whatley will be carrying this in the Senate, and we do believe that we have support. What we have to do is make sure that our numbers work, but I believe that everyone that is involved in the agriculture in the area will support this. We're gonna find out if they support it or not very quickly.
Inevitably, the question will come down is, if you take this revenue, what are you going to replace it with? Have any thoughts about that?
Turn that into a positive. What we're seeing already, we're seeing money leave. So we're actually losing money. We're trying to stop the loss of this money. Because when you lose that money, what happens the next step? You see these type men that own these businesses start closing their business. People start losing their jobs. That's what we're trying to prevent.
And if I may interject, it's not only that they go over there and they buy a tractor because they can get it at no sales tax on the farm equipment. Then they've established a relationship with that dealership. Then when it comes time to work on it, time to buy parts, the ones that we charge regular sales tax on, they're back over there again. And so we didn't have that competition before. It's one thing to compete against our neighborhood competitors, and we all know each other, we all know what it takes to survive, but when we're competing against somebody in another state, with Georgia and Florida, I mean, it's a constant battle with it.
Sales tax on even though it's not 1.5%, on a $200,000, $250,000 tractor adds up to a lot of money. And a lot of times that's the difference in us selling in Alabama and it being sold in Georgia. Well, we don't think about it being a big percentage, but the large items as farm equipment is, runs into a large amount of money from that standpoint. But then, as I said, if you lose that customer, you lose them on parts, on shop work, you lose more than just the sale of the tractor, we lose a lot of other places also. So So it's more than just losing the sale of the tractor, you lose your customer a lot of times. And that's really what we don't need to do. We need everyone we can have. And we can keep. It's hard to keep them because I'm after his, he's after mine, and somebody's after both of ours.
Right.
So we already compete. And really one-sided us competing with these other states with no sales tax. That makes a one-sided deal. We need to be on at least on equal footing.
What I think a lot of the everyday walking around person doesn't understand is the cost of a piece of equipment. In a lot of cases, these pieces here are very small. It's nothing for a farmer to go out and spend $500,000 on one tractor or one combine or whatever the case may be. There's actually a piece of equipment, a new piece out that rolls the cotton up. It's a new model that came out about 3 years ago. That's a $700,000 piece of equipment. Here in the state of Alabama, they're paying 1.5%. In Florida, Georgia, and Tennessee, they're not. Where do you think they're going to go?
They're really going to put a lot together.
Then they tell all their friends and neighbors too how much money they save by doing it.
Any other questions?